Every morning when I get up, I see your face in my coffee cup, looking back at me, looking back at me. Another morning, another day, still I'm feeling the same old way. I'm still missing you, missing you. It should have been easy, should have been easy, should have been oh so easy to do, but I'm still getting over you. Seeing old friends of mine, and they all smile and they say, in time I'll get over you. Yeah, I'll be good as new. And I guess somehow, someday I will. I'll forget you, I know, but still it'll take some time. Yeah, it's gonna take some time. And it should have been easy. It should have been easy. Should have been oh so easy to do, but I'm still getting over you. It should have been still getting over you. of Bethlehem, how still we see thee lie above thy deep and dreamless sleep. The silent stars go by, yet in my dark street shineth the everlasting light. The hopes and fears of all the years are met in thee tonight. For Christ is born of Mary and gathered all above. While mortals sleep, the angels keep their watch of wondering love. O morning stars, together proclaim thy holy birth, and praises sing to God the King, and peace to men on earth. O holy child of Bethlehem, descend to us, we pray. Cast out our sin and enter in. Be born in us today. We hear the Christmas angels the great glad tidings tell. Oh, come to us, abide with us, our Lord Emmanuel. I wouldn't love me if I were you, when I treat you the way I just did, but I didn't mean to. I'm ashamed to ask you anymore to forgive me, but I'm sorry, and it may sound like to you I'm making excuses for what I do, but while I'm changing, just love me and remember that whatever I say means I love you. Whatever foolish thing I do means I care for you. When you sort it all out, you're what I'm all about. If you can love me long enough, I learn to show you. You say it sounds like to you when I ask you where were you, that I don't trust you, but I just worry and I miss you, and and I need missing sometimes too. And when the fighting and the crying lead to saying that we're through, recall the words that I inscribed on my heart for you. Whatever I say means I love you. Whatever foolish thing I do means I care for you. When you sort it all out, you're what I'm all about. If you can love me long enough, I learn to show you. Whatever I say means I love you. Whatever foolish thing I do means I care for you. When you sort it all out, you're what I'm all about. If you can love me long enough, I learn to show you. Whatever I say means I love you. And if you can love me long enough, I learn to show you. This past year was good to us. The one before, just a little rough. The one before that was an awful thing. What will the new year bring? Will it bring us a little boy to fill our lives with love and joy? We've had our share of growing pains. What will the new year bring? Used to 1 and 1 make 2. Now 1 and 1 make 1. I hope you will love me throughout the year to come. We've made our mistakes with love. We learned that it can't promise us tomorrow and forever things. What will the new year bring? Wish I hadn't read our horoscope. Things look stormy for Scorpios. Virgo's supposed to sprout their wings. What will the new year bring? Will you want me to love you the way you know I do? And will you walk through life with me another year or two? Or 3 or 4 or 5 or 600 years or more? Happy New Year, darling, for whatever is in store.
Like the ripples from a pebble when cast into the water, there is not a life that has not been touched by the troubled times of the 80s. He was grayer than I'd remembered. For once I just listened. It wasn't like him to talk defeat, but he was down. He'd worked hard all of his life for his all-American wife and his all-American children in a small American town. Said he was about to lose his house and he'd already lost his job, and if things kept on getting worse, he didn't know how much longer they could hold on. Said he owed everybody and his brother, and naturally they took it out on one another. He said, you know, you'd be surprised how being out of work can chip away at a marriage and the foundation of a home. Is it the story of the 80s? The sign of the times? Has a nightmare replaced the American dream? Where so often is firm a A discouraging word are the clouds as dark as they seem. He said, you know, I'm not lazy. I mean, it's not that I haven't tried. Then he put his head in his hands, and the grown man almost cried. He said, I guess I'm kind of like the kid on his first date. I don't know what to do with my hands. You know, I've always been busy, made a living for my family. Now I can't get a job, and I'm a working man. He said, my wife used to think I could move a mountain. Now I think she'd be happy if I'd just move out. And the kids, well, they're growing so fast, and they all need clothes, and now they have to do without. It makes you feel small, you know, takes away your self-respect, breaks your heart and hurts your pride. And it makes it hard to be a decent husband and daddy, and it eats you up inside. Is it the story of the 80s? The sign of the times? Has a nightmare replaced the American dream? Where so often is heard a discouraging word are the clouds as dark as they seem. But what bothered me was he was half of America, not just one man trying to deal with all the change. Out of work, out of hope, out of luck, and most of all, out of dreams. He's the farmer, the trucker, the teacher, the steel worker, the Protestant, the Catholic, and the Jew. He's the hero of America. He's me, and he's you. Is it the story of the 80s? The sign of the times? Has a nightmare replaced the American dream? Where so often is heard a discouraging word are the clouds as dark as they seem.
Well, look at who the wind's blowing finally gonna write to you that letter that I've owed you for a long, long time. I can't say much for me, but I do hope that y'all are doing fine. Well, how is Barry and Virginia? Are they still living down on the farm? You know, sometimes it gets lonesome, Daddy. I wish I'd never left home. Well, are you working hard these days? Are you doing all the things the doctor said you ought to do? And did you sell all your tobacco? Did the crops bring in what you thought they would? Well, I might as well get to the point. Last night I tried to call you on the phone. What I'm getting at, I guess, is if I had the money, Daddy, I'd come home. 'Cause every night I hear an old southbound train whistle a-blowing, and Daddy, it's calling me home. I've been to New York, Chicago, Wheeling, West Virginia, Nashville, Tennessee. And singers are as thick as fleas on the dog's back by the way. How's old Lee? And I done changed my name so many times I don't even know who I am. And Daddy, I sure miss them pinto beans and cornbread and country ham. Well, now I know I should have listened when you said didn't have no business coming way out west. And that a girl belongs at home on the farm where she was born, raising young'uns like all the rest. Well, I know it now, that's why I'm writing and why I tried to call you on the phone. What I'm really trying to say is if you send me the money, I'll come home. 'Cause every night I hear an old southbound train whistle a-blowing, and Daddy, it's calling me home.
You packed in the morning, I stared out the window and I struggled for something to say. You left in the rain without closing the door. I didn't stand in your way. Now I miss you more than I missed you before, and now where I'll find comfort, God knows. You left me just when I needed you most. You left me just when I needed you most. Now most every morning I stare out the window and I think about where you might be. I've written you letters that I'd like to send, if you would just send one to me. 'Cause I need you more than I needed before, and now where I'll find comfort, God knows. You left me just when I needed you most. You window and I struggle for something to say. You're left in the rain without closing the door. I didn't stand in your way. Now I love you more than I loved you before, and now where I'll find comfort, God knows. You left me just when I needed you most. You left me just when I needed you most. You left me just when I needed you most. His eyes are clear, his words are true, and he gives me more love than I ever knew. But there is something like a chain that's holding me. Why can't I break it and just be free? His love is sweet, his heart is mine, and he's sure that he will want me for all time. But there's something like a cloud that hides the sun. It's just your memory. Look what you've done. It's not fair to him, he never knew you, and it's just as well, 'cause then he'd cry. And he's so good to me, with all his loving. I don't deserve his kiss, but I can try. His smile is pure, he does no wrong. But I know deep within myself I'm not that strong. And he says I will always be the only one. But he's been cheated. Look what you've done. And your memory is a cloud that hides the sun. And I'm in prison. Look what you've done. And within my mind I know the time will come. I'll have to hurt him. Just can't quit. Got to keep on swinging. Come on, show them you can hit. I believe in you. I still believe.
used to say the world's a tough place, but you could lick it with one hand, and I believe you can. I still believe in you. But I know you're hurt and you're crying inside, but try and push it aside. There's a cloud with a silver lining coming over the horizon, so hang in there just a little bit longer, 'cause you're gonna make it, I know you will. You don't have to climb the mountain, just gotta make it up the hill, and I believe you will. I still believe in you. But I know you're hurt and you're crying inside, but try and push it aside, 'cause there's a cloud with a silver lining coming over the horizon, so hang in there just a little bit longer, 'cause you can't give up, you just can't quit. Got to keep on swinging, come on, show them you can hit. I believe in you. I still believe in you. I believe in you. I still believe in you.
Well, since my baby left me, I found a new place to dwell. It's down at the end of Lonely Street. That's Heartbreak Hotel, where I get oh so lonely, honey. Oh, I get lonely. I get so lonely I could die. Well, although it's always crowded, you still can find some room for broken-hearted lovers to cry in the gloom. And get so lonely, oh, they get lonely. They get so lonely they could die. Well, the bell of tears keep flowing, and the dance clerk's dressed in black, 'cause they've been so long on a lonely street that they never, never, never look back. And they don't know how to be anyway but lonely. Don't you know it's lonely, honey? Oh, they get so lonely they could die. I tell you now, if your baby leaves you, you just gotta tell the tale. You go take a little walk down Lonely Street and call it Heartbreak Hotel, where you'll be oh so lonely, honey. Oh, you're gonna be lonely. You're gonna be so lonely you could die. You get so lonely you could die. And you say no.
still recall when we said that our love was forever. All those plans we made for tomorrow that looked so bright. And I understand all the reason you gave me for leaving, but that doesn't help when I'm sleeping alone each night. So if you ever change your heart, just remember it's not too late to start it. You still believe in what love can do. I could find someone more than willing to be your replacement, but there's no one else who can move me the way you do. So for now, goodbye. But if ever you find you still want me, you just call my name, 'cause I'll always be here for you. If you ever change your heart, just remember it's not too late to start if you still believe in what love can do. If you ever change your heart, just born of Mary and gathered all above. While mortals sleep, the angels keep their watch of wondering love. O morning stars, together proclaim thy holy birth, and praises sing